You might have observed whenever you initiate learning a new skill or study a complex topic, you find it very mind heavy and difficult to understand in your initial tries. But when you give it more time and effort, you actually enjoy and understand it better. You might be amazed to know that this behavior is explained in the concept of learning curve. So, let's start and understand it. Learning curve is the graphical representation of proficiency and experience. It shows the relationship between how people are at a task and the amount of experience they have in it. Hermann Ebbinghaus, a German psychologist, studied human memory. He performed a number of memory tests that were published in 1885. They involved memorizing series of nonsense syllables and recording the success over a number of trials. The term learning curve was not used at that time, but he presented it in diagrams of learning against trial number. From his study, he gave a number of conclusions. First, the time required to memorize information is proportional to the amount of material. Second, as one repeats a task or process, they become more competent and each additional unit of learning requires less time than the previous one. Third, spaced repetition is more effective than cramming or learning in one long burst. Later, psychologist Arthur Bills explained the learning curves in 1934 and provided more detailed and analytical description of the learning process. He gave detailed description of different types of learning curves and identification of causes behind their variations. These included negative accelerated curves, positive accelerated curves, and plateaus, etc. His research was in a way foundational in establishing how learning processes depicted graphically, specifically in terms of speed, efficiency, and practice. In 1936, Theodore Paul Wright described the effect of learning on production costs in the aircraft industry. That was applied onto a whole new field. He plotted unit cost against total production. In it, he states that as aircraft production increased, the labor hours decreased. So, the basic understanding is with increase in experience and repetition, the workers become faster and more skilled at their tasks, and eventually, their efficiency improved and the cost of production reduced. He focused on repetition as the key to get better and efficient at a task. From all the above studies, it can be concluded that if we give a greater number of tries and attempts to a task in a spaced manner, then we can master it with time.